Launch control. This is the 2026 Dodge SRT Durango Hellcat Jailbreak. What exactly does the Jailbreak mean? Well, it means you can essentially order it in any color combination you want. Typically, there are some restrictions to the color combo. If you order a certain paint, you can only do a certain stripe color, a certain brake caliper color, certain interior color, for the sake of like matching and good taste and nice specs, right? But Jailbreak means you can break free from those restrictions, literally any color combo you want. Now this one here is a tastefully option one. Destroyer gray, black stripes, the red accents there, red brake calipers, and an interior is black with red seat belts. But Jailbreak means you can literally go wild and do whatever you want. I was playing around with the configurator and I built one with green paint, red stripes, yellow brake calipers, yellow accents. You can do anything you want, and some of them can be clashing, some not so great color combinations, but that's the beauty of the program. They won't tell you no. You can have at it. There are multiple paint colors. You can change the stripe, the wheel designs, the caliper color, the logo right there, the badge, and also on the interior, there's different color combination options, seatbelt options. You can see this one is very tastefully optioned, but you can literally do whatever you want. Blue with red stripes and yellow accents, have at it, right? That's the Jailbreak program. And even cooler, there's the custom paint program, the Jailbreak custom paint program. They brought that back here for the Durango, which means you can expand the color palette. There was one that they showed that was striker purple, and that looked so fantastic. So the customization options are essentially endless, but as a Durango Hellcat 2026 model year, it's still the same tried and true recipe. So supercharged 6.2 liter Hellcat V8 under the hood, 710 horsepower, 645 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive only, which also means 0-60 in about 3.5 seconds, quarter mile in about 12 seconds. It's pretty ballistically fast, but as you can tell, it is still cold, snowy winter, so we're not in ideal sports car, performance car traction situation, but all-wheel drive, 3-row SUV with a Hellcat under the hood. Yes, please. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop in. Whew. We've got the red key fob with the SRT Hellcat logo. Oh, those are some quick downshifts too. Oh my gosh, struggling for traction. The Durango Hellcat. It's seemingly a vehicle that will never die. Long live the Hellcat, right? When this thing first came out in 2021, there was a sort of understanding that it may have been a one-year limited thing, and then in 2023 they did bring it back. It ran for a couple years, and if I recall correctly, in 2025 there was the last call. They were supposed to end the V8, the Hemi was going by, they're replacing everything with the Hurricane and the Ram lineup, and the Durango is an aging platform. This thing has been around for a while. It's a dinosaur in so many different ways, and the Hellcat, it was being sunset, right? We were losing it due to emission standards and everything, but now it just kind of keeps going. So the 2026 model, you're like, sorry guys, not sorry. You could still buy a Hellcat powered Durango. So we're all happy about it. Well, most of us are happy about it. There was a small subset of people who bought it in 2021. I believe there was a lawsuit because they were under the impression it was a one-year thing. People were paying ridiculous markup because, I mean, a 3-row SUV, the Hellcat, of course we want that, right? But then when they kept building it, they lost out on money. So I mean, I could see it both sides, but the lawsuit, I believe, was dismissed. So Dodge won that because there were no guaranteed promises of exclusivity, a one-year thing. I think the lesson learned there is be careful if you're speculating, trying to buy a car for investment or appreciation. Let's just enjoy cars, right? Nobody likes dealer markup except for the dealerships, right? But The Hellcat Durango has continued on, and they really haven't changed anything. Has the Uconnect screen been updated? Maybe slightly. I don't even remember. It's been so long since I drove the first Hellcat Durango when it came out. And like, the nice things are we still have physical buttons. Like, I can just press a button. That's my heated steering wheel. Wow, I don't need to tap through a bunch of different things on a screen. It's very old school in some ways, right? You still have an analog speedometer, analog displays for your fuel gauge and your temperatures. You do have a little digital screen there, and some of the graphics they're not, call it cutting edge. Stop here on red. All right, this is way back from the light. Let's see. Oh, yes, and listen to that supercharger whine. Let's slow down a little bit. It seems most pronounced at like quarter throttle to half throttle. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Let's see. Race options. Activate launch control. 1800 RPM. You can vary it, I believe. So one of the first times that I had a Durango Hellcat, it was also winter, and I did launch control, and it spun all four wheels. And it was hilarious, right? I didn't go anywhere, but then it registered a 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds. Oh, I didn't actually activate it, but it registered to 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds because wheel speed hit 60 in 2.2 seconds. Vehicle speed was nowhere close to that, but it was just kind of hilarious. This thing is just unhinged, doesn't make any sense, but we love it, right? As car enthusiasts, this is just such a fun combination. The other practical Hellcat option was, there was a Jeep Grand Cherokee Hellcat, the Trackhawk, right? But that has long since been gone. I don't know if they're going to bring that back again, but Dodge has been able to just hold onto this thing, and they keep going and going. Now, the Hellcat isn't dead. There is more hope beyond just this vehicle because the Ram TRX is also back, now with 777 horsepower, so they've upped it even more. This is actually probably one of the lowest power Hellcat outputs because they had the red eyes and everything for the Chargers Challengers, and obviously the Demon was absolutely ridiculous, but they just haven't beefed this one up. I imagine other driveline components might not be able to tolerate even more power and torque. The aftermarket has definitely been giving this thing more power and torque, but OEMs have different requirements. But otherwise, driving this thing is just, it puts a big grin on your face. You can't be sad driving a Durango Hellcat. It was really snowy earlier in the week, and they were just on all-season tires. I was being responsible, but now that the roads have dried out a bit, I've just buried my foot in the throttle a couple more times. Oh my gosh. And it just won't stop pulling. You have only the space on the road, cars around you, and your own responsibility to not just go deep into the three figures speed range, right? It's just, it's such an interesting combination of like, well, it's antiquated in so many different ways, but also, yes please. Yes please, Durango Hellcat. Yes please. In terms of other things, living with this thing, I've been driving it for the last couple of days. You know, ride quality is okay. I'm currently in race, so the dampers definitely are much firmer. I can feel the bounciness and things like that. But we have our creature comforts, CarPlay, heated, cooled seats, heated steering wheel. So really, it checks all of those boxes. It's got some basic driver assistance tech. Not that that's one of the big selling points of buying a vehicle like this, but it's still just the driving experience that puts a stupid grin on your face. You'll be running around averaging 12 mpg. I was doing 12, and then today Shenanigans has dropped it to 11.3. You're not going to be efficient in this thing because I don't know who would have the self-control not to just bury their right foot all the time and just burn all of that fuel. But in terms of other practicality things, it is spacious. It's a Durango, right? A big 3-row SUV. You can actually put adults in it. You can have luggage in it. It's good for the road trip, right? And it can still tow. 8,700-pound towing capacity. So you could ostensibly use this as your practical tow rig, and it still has the Hellcat V8 under the hood. It's just one of those vehicles that checks so many boxes, but only uniquely works in America. I don't think the European mind quite comprehends this. If you think about these big super performance SUVs, the Americans went around doing this, and then the Escalade V. Escalade V sounds like the world is ending, gunshots, massive, higher price point than this. This here is just the American ethos in an SUV. The European versions, right, you've got like the X5M. Mercedes has the GLS 63 AMG, right, the big boy giant SUV, but they just have a uniquely more European twist to it. They're not body on frame. Those are unibody, more luxurious premium SUVs. They just don't give us solutions like this. Not something that does a roll like burnout. Now, you can go into rear-wheel drive mode. That is one little restriction that I kind of wish you could do full rear-wheel drive mode in this thing for absolute shenanigans. But maybe it's a good thing that we have that all-wheel drive traction all the time. Man, the Hellcat just... When will the Durango Hellcat ever actually in production? I have no idea. Maybe in 2029 we'll have the Durango SRT Hellcat Retirement Home Edition, and then they'll have the Life Support Edition, and then one more after that, and then it'll finally sunset and say goodbye in 2035. Who knows? Just joking, kidding around, because like it's a pretty awesome engine, and having supercharged V8s, it's a good thing. Honestly, maybe they'll hybridize this engine to keep it around. I don't know, it's already heavy, so what's another extra couple hundred pounds, even more power and torque. But the Durango Hellcat, if you want to jailbreak it, customize your color combo, do whatever the heck you want, do a full custom paint color, that would be a lot of fun. The ultimate 3-row daily SUV, unless you want to spend money on the Escalade V, which is a lot bigger, that Pacifica should have a Hellcat. He wouldn't be driving so slow if he did. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little POV driving video. Does this thing fulfill the point of driving? Yeah, you can't be sad driving a Durango Hellcat. It'll put a big grin on your face. Thanks for watching.